concept that has helped me a lot is realizing that everyone has advantages and disadvantages. And yes, some may seem better than others, but at the end of the day, everybody has an angle they can use to win. And an even deeper layer than that, rather than just how you were born or your natural abilities, but there are also things that you may think are bad about your personality that you can actually use to your advantage. And the example, what made me think of this whole thing is that I hate disappointing people. I hate it. And for a long time, I was trying to fix that and just be okay if people were pissed at me or thought I did a terrible job or whatever. And then I realized a lot of where I've managed to progress, especially in a work context, that's probably the easiest one, because in my own business, it's sort of just me. There's nobody to disappoint. Maybe the clients, you could argue, but I'll use work, for example. And it's really just because I don't want to disappoint the people I work for, and people can say whatever about that, but that's just how I am. It really doesn't matter who it is. I just don't want to disappoint everyone. And I thought that was so bad and I didn't want it, but I realized it got me so far because that fear made me grind so hard. And the other half of that is me trying to become the kind of person that works hard no matter what, no matter who's watching. And I do hold that true for myself. And it's something that no one can take away from me, because when no one's around, I'm still trying my best. And that's what's important to me. But I don't want to disappoint people. So I work really hard to make sure I get things done. And a lot of the reason that I wanted to get rid of it was less that it took a toll on me, which it does a little bit, but more so that I just felt like it was unhealthy, because people say it's unhealthy. But when I realized how far it's gotten me, including in my own business, because you could argue maybe it's not the greatest, because then you always want to just be working for someone else because you don't want to disappoint them, whatever. But for my own business, it works the same way. It's just not as extreme. But when I have a client, I definitely want to make sure I do a good job for them, 100%. So it's very similar. And I thought about it and I was like, why would I change that? That has helped me so much. It's gotten me so far. And it's kind of one of those trade-offs where I could try really hard to get rid of that, but then I might lose my edge that makes me kind of unique and makes me try way harder than the average person would, because I just care way more. And that is something that I'm willing to trade some of the discomfort that it causes me sometimes for that. And that's something, obviously, work it out with yourself. If it's not worth it for your mental, then obviously don't do it. For me, on maybe healthy, not healthy, I care more about just getting to where I want to go. So I'm okay with it, but it doesn't necessarily hurt me a lot. Yes, sometimes it'll be like, oh, I'll stay late when I probably should have just said no. But I do have a fine line with things like that. But all I'm saying is, if there's something that you feel like is terrible that maybe you could flip into an advantage or realize how it may be an advantage, it might help you and put less pressure on it. And for me, realizing that has helped quite a bit. And it's made me feel better about, okay, I don't have to feel like this is something that's so wrong with me that I need to fix. It's something that I can use to my advantage that maybe not everybody has. And either, I mean, I don't really know, but it's certainly helped me before, and realizing it now, I can kind of lean into it and just scare myself on purpose and be like, oh yeah, they're going to be really disappointed. And it works. And obviously it doesn't always make me feel great, but it gets the job done. And if you have something that you're trying to change, then maybe look at it and it'll help.